So here we are back with our beer review for our synopsis of 2019, beers that we brewed in 2019. A little bit late in the game in 2020, but still beaten up to do a review. So the first one we got is our Munich Dunkel Lager. Zach, you want to do us the honors?
Sure. Zach, while you open that up, I'll go a little bit over the actual style notes. So we're doing a Munich Dunkel.
Hey, carbonation, that's a good sign.
It's never been too carbonated now.
Yeah.
So the aroma, we're looking for a rich Munich malt sweetness. They say it should be like bread crust. That's one of the major notes here.
Okay.
Hints of chocolate, nuts, caramel, and or toffee.
Beautiful color.
Yeah, nice color to it.
So let's see here. Appearance, deep copper to dark brown.
Okay.
Often with a red tint. It says medium tan head.
Okay.
So it looks like we're pretty spot on.
It looks all right. I'm actually impressed with the carbonation too.
So this is our
Pretty
third.
good.
Yeah. How old is this one?
Over a year. Probably a year and a half.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Definitely over a year. Usually this is, because this is our first of 2019, so
Yeah.
we probably did this late January. Or maybe early January, but yeah. So with what we actually achieved on this, the original gravity was 1.055. Our final was 1.015. That
Okay.
resulted in a 5.2 roughly percent ABV and 16 IBUs.
Okay, that falls right within the variation, the style itself. So typically it's between 4.5 to 5.6 ABV.
Okay,
IBU 18 to 28, so we're right
Okay.
within those two ranges,
perfect.
which is perfect.
All right, we'll give
Sounds
it
like
a
a
go.
lot of numbers. I'm just here to drink. You know?
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
It's lighter than I expected on the palate.
Yeah, it is.
Easy
It's
drinker.
because that lager, you know, that kind of lager taste usually is pretty drinkable, pretty easy to, you know. Not too hoppy either. You taste a little bit of the hoppiness,
Yeah.
but very minimal.
Yeah, very light for sure.
Almost kind of like a bready kind of smell and
You
taste
definitely
too.
do get
Yeah,
that.
you do.
Because that was one of
Like
the
you
styles
said,
that
yeah.
they said, right?
Yeah.
They said, right?
So flavor dominated by rich, complex flavors of that Munich malt. So usually, just like we talked about the bread crust,
Uh-huh.
it can be moderately sweet, not overwhelming. Mild caramel, chocolate, toast, and nuttiness.
Okay.
It has a great balance to it.
Yeah, it's pretty drinkable,
You
right?
could drink
It is.
multiple of these
Oh, yeah.
without.
Easy.
Yeah. Or even on a hot day or
Yeah.
something. It looks
Yeah.
darker, you
Yeah.
know, the
Yeah.
appearance.
Yeah, anytime of year.
A cold day.
Anytime you want to drink a beer, you can.
Yeah, you can reach for this one.
This reminds me almost of the Newcastle Brown
Okay.
that we're going to try later on.
Okay.
Shout out.
Yeah, it's very similar taste to it.
Very drinkable. Zach's almost done.
I think we need to
That's a
increase
good
the
sign.
body almost of it a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know if
The
it's
flavor
that because
profile.
the age
Full
or,
body,
you know,
yeah.
I'd be curious to try the most recent iteration of it too, to see because we changed up the grain profile on that as well.
We have one that's warm. Do you want to give it a shot?
We can give her a go.
Let's give it a go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right there by the door.
Are we live?
Oh shit!
Oh, back front.
Yeah, by the front door. Yeah. The yellow cap, boy.
Okay.
So mouthfeel is a medium to medium full body, not being heavy.
No.
Medium
We'll finish
carbonation. Slight alcohol warming. I don't get too much of that.
No, it's pretty mild, I would say, but it's
Yeah.
not too much on that.
How did
So-
ours go?
Go ahead.
Same style,
That's-
same
that's-
honors.
All right.
He makes a lot of sense, this guy. It's not often, but.
So this is our
Just on camera.
So this is our third iteration, and we're trying a fourth iteration of it. Nice, I can hear the carbonation on that.
so
That's a good sign. I agree though, it's a little bit light. It's,
Little light,
it's,
yeah.
You know, for 5% it's pretty drinkable and it's mellow, but it's a little too mellow almost, right?
I agree.
Because I think the styles had that kind of distinct Munich taste, I guess.
Color.
Color's deeper, right?
Yeah.
Just a little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit deeper.
A little more of a caramel color.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
large difference between the two. So this is 1.0, and that's going to be 2.0.
right.
So the grain bill is the biggest difference
I
here.
think we did more.
We changed the Munich on it.
Okay.
So we went from
Oh, okay.
6 pounds. This is the first iteration. So 6 pounds of light Munich, 6 pounds of the actual dark, and then in 2.0 it was 10 pounds of the actual light,
Okay.
and then 6 pounds of the dark. So all we did was bump up the light Munich again. So
Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
this is pretty coppery color.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dark red amber.
It's almost like a whiskey color.
Yeah. You know, I do like my bourbon.
Yeah.
I like this better.
I do too.
You can taste more. It does taste like it's a little more body or a little
Yeah,
more
it
substance
is.
to it.
Yep.
And I know it's not apples to apples thing because one was cooler,
Sure.
but
Exactly.
Now you're throwing science at us, huh?
yeah, scientific method.
Science
what,
bitch.
what goes up must come down.
Yeah.
Somebody
Magnets.
said that. Yep. Magnets.
Alcohol is pretty much the same on these two.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one was 5.18%, so it's pretty
Okay.
much right
Exactly.
in line
yeah.
with it.
That's
But
what
yeah,
I-
like you said, we just changed our ratios up a little bit. But I feel like you get more of that, like,
That Munich.
Yeah,
Munich. That's what.
taste,
Yeah. That's,
yeah.
that's the way to describe
This
it.
has
Yeah.
like a robust taste to it. It's
uh,
like more well-rounded than the other one.
yep.
It lingers on your palate a little longer.
Yeah.
Maybe we can taste more because of it's at room temp opposed to being cooler.
Yeah, for sure.
But this one has like you can taste that caramel, almost
Uh-huh.
kind of like corn taste to it, kind of
Okay.
just a little bit.
Do you think it still has that bread crust flavor in this one? You taste that?
I almost feel like I could taste it almost more in the first
I
one,
agree.
but I don't know if it was just because of the actual temperature.
Yeah.
But I definitely could taste in that first one.
Right.
This one has more of a body to it, though.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
So, what changes or alterations to do for the third
This-
iteration?
This body for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we like the light
And I think
and
the
dark.
IBUs were the same. I don't know if we'd want to add a little more hop to it to get, I mean, IBU is about the same, 16.
Okay.
I would almost say stay the same. I don't
Whoa!
know.
Yeah.
Wow!
I-
That's
hey,
astounding.
No,
Yeah.
Never
because it
said-
falls within guidelines, and I think that with a brown, I don't want a lot of hops in it.
Right.
I think I'm more
Not
going for
brown,
like
but yeah.
that toffee, you know, maybe
darker.
a little bit more
Flavor
complex
profile.
flavor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For a dunkel, you're saying?
Yeah. Excuse me, Dunkel.
Yep, yep.
Like it's chocolate, nuts, caramel, and/or toffee. So I think maybe change the grain bill a little bit.
What would you change on it? More of a darker look to it, or darker? You could add more.
So this was another 10. These were both 10 gallons, correct? It were both 10-gallon batches.
No, this should be a 20 if it's
Okay, so
20.
this is okay. So that was a 10. This is a 20.
Mhm.
So I think we need to go and increase the amount of dark Munich that we put in it.
Okay.
So we went from
Well,
6 and
That was
6.
more like the first recipe then,
You're right.
because it's all relative.
So
right?
why don't we flip it and do more dark and less
10
light?
and 6, you
Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe
Okay.
we'll flip it the opposite way and go darker.
Mm-hmm.
say? Mm-hmm.
More toffee.
I would love that. Yeah,
More toffee?
Why not? Yeah.
that'd be
How do you
very
get that
interesting.
flavor?
I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Okay.
Put some Werther's Original or something in
Yeah.
there.
Let's melt it down. We'll slide it in.
All your grandma.
Okay, so I like that idea. We'll try a higher proportion of Munich dark malt.
Okay, we'll put more toffee in it.
Somehow.
There you go.
Somehow we manage.
Z Money, what else are we gonna? What else would you want to change or alter? Do you think?
I did like the bread crust flavor of the first one. If you
Okay.
can incorporate that a little more in the second one.
Hmm.
If you can combine the flavors of the two of them, I think
Okay.
Mhm.
it'd be pretty spot on.
What if we kept the original, grain bill?
Yeah.
Because we like that flavor profile,
Yeah.
and then just add toffee, like Chris was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd have that bready
Right.
kind of,
Yeah.
nuttiness,
Yeah.
and then we'd have more toffee flavor to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's not a bit, because you said it can go up to 5.6% for the style.
Yeah. So we're kind of right in the middle. It's between
Right.
4.5.
So maybe even just add more, we'll keep the proportion pretty much the same and add more Munich dark in there. Maybe that has some of the
Okay.
coffee flavors and stuff
Okay.
in there. So we can keep mainly what we have the same, because in our second recipe, we added a little more Pilsner malt, and then we added more Munich Light malt.
Okay, and the Pilsner, that's gonna be on the lighter side.
Yeah,
Flavor,
Pilsner's a lighter,
okay.
yeah, right. So that's more of a lighter flavor.
Right, bud?
Oh, yeah.
Going crazy.
Yep. Okay.
Perfect.
So we got a good idea then what to do.
Yeah, that,
Okay.
that'll make for a good iteration.
2021.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
There it is.